In this tutorial, I'll show you how to import a Blender render image to Photoshop to create this composite image. I have imported 4 images in total, and this render image is from the previous abstract art tutorial. I'll post links to the external images in the description below. Select one of the external images to copy and paste to the main image. I have pressed Ctrl+A to select the skull image. Ctrl+C to copy, and Ctrl+V to paste. This scaling was done after pressing Ctrl+T to bring up the tool. Hold Alt while scaling to scale from the center. Ctrl+A to select all, and Ctrl+C to copy. After that, go to the main image, and Ctrl+V to paste. Ctrl+T to bring up the free transform tool, and hold Alt while scaling to scale from the center. Let's select the first layer and start to use the adjustment tools. We'll need to use the hue and saturation to lower the saturation of the render image in order to turn it red. We can hide other layers by clicking the eye icon beside the layer names. We need one more hue and saturation adjustment to colorize the layer red. Let's use the magic wand tool to select and remove the upper section of the image. I'll change this image's layer type to hard light, but please experiment with other layer types. Ctrl+T to bring up the free transform tool, and move and scale the image like this. There are a lot of layer types that we can use. They'll produce interesting results. By the way, to zoom in or out, I'm using Ctrl+ or minus, but we can also use the View menu at the top. I'll add some darkness to the skull layer. This gargoyle needs to be cropped out. I'll show you 3 ways to do so. We can use an external plugin like this Topaz Remask tool to easily remove the background. Or we can use the lasso tool. Ctrl, Shift, and I, as in India to invert the selection and remove the selection. Lastly, we can activate this quick mask mode to paint what we want to crop out. It's best to just paint on the object we want to crop. I'll use the lasso tool to crop out the gargoyle. I'll duplicate the gargoyle layer, and use the free transform tool to flip it on the X-axis. This image can be used as our background, meaning it can be the first layer. Please do try and experiment with other layer types to find the best results. Lastly, we need some flames. Let's create a new layer and paint it with yellow like this. Multiply looks good, but let's try other types. I'll go with soft light. I'll also paint the upper part orange, so the background becomes more visible. This is the end of the tutorial. Thank you for watching.